Sorry if any of you guys are there. I got to bring up the chat. I can't see anything yet. My bad. What's up, everybody? David, Mr. Ethan, David HVAC Pro, Homer, AK, Rookie Refrigeration, Hillkiss, Cannon. What's up, homeboy? What is up, fellas? Just a little hangout tonight, man. So, not a giveaway. I don't want to do a giveaway without Kelly. And Kelly is still at his little thing, his little class he's doing. So, just sitting here chilling, man. If any of you guys want to hop in here with me, man, you're more than welcome. If you just send me an email, HVACuncensored@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link. Hopefully some guys will hop in here. It definitely gets boring when you do it by yourself. Yeah, I don't know. She might be Hillkiss, man. Hey, man, when I work as much as I do, man, and then having my kids and different things, man, it's hard trying to find that time to just be alone with my wife. So when I think there's an opportunity, I need to take that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a good night. I'll leave it at that. David, I would say to use, analog gauges, just because I think it's good to learn. It's good. I'm trying to make sure I explain this correctly. All right. It is good in this day and age to have technology, to be able to have all this information, all these numbers. But if you don't know what those numbers mean and where they come from, it's kind of pointless. You have a bunch of useless information, so to speak. So it's good to learn on analog gauges, just to know like how you're finding superheat, how you're finding subcooling, stuff like that. But analogs are good. But like I tell my guys, more importantly than knowing how to find superheat and subcooling, you need to know what it's supposed to be. Because if you go, okay, I have a 15-degree subcooling. Okay, well, what's it supposed to be? If you don't know what it's supposed to be, then it doesn't really mean much. What up, Jay? Yeah, so if you're starting out, man, I would say start out with analogs, use the little, temperature clamp and do it that way. One good thing that I still have it, and I got for all my guys, is one of the super cool slide rule things. It's a really cool tool to be able to have in your tool bag, in your truck, that it gives you all kind of different, formulas and different things like that. It's really, really, really cool. And I think starting out, it's a great tool to have with you. It's priceless. And even somebody like me. Oh, Ethan. All right, dude. Yeah, let me. Man. Eat some Italian food tonight, man. Shit's coming back up. Meatball. Ugh, shit was good. Taking my family out to eat, man. It's just my daughters, man. I love them to death, but they're crazy. Now I know my wife doesn't like to go out to eat all the time. Oh fuck! Forgot my drink. I'm gonna send you this email, the link real fast, Ethan, and then I need to go run and grab my beverage. This one. The hell is taking so long with this thing, man? Yeah, man, I'm all for doing things and making my job easier. But you definitely need to know why you have information. You know, I always want to know why do I need to check this? Why do I need to check that? You know, what is the purpose behind it? Not just getting into a rhythm of just, okay, I got to take my Delta T. I need my temperature rise. You know why you're doing it, what those numbers mean. Okay. If it's too high, it means this. Okay. If it's too low, it means this. We're just doing a hangout there, Curtis. Nothing extravagant, buddy. Shit, man, I gotta remember how to get the. There we go. Copy. Paste. There you go. I just sent it back to you, Ethan. Anybody else that wants to hop in, man, just email me, HVAC Uncensored, and we'll get on here and just bullshit for a little bit, man. Other than that, everybody having a good weekend so far? What's up, Jacob? Long time no see, buddy. Curtis, I see you up there, man, going through the comments. What's up, Curtis? How you doing, brother? You holding up good, man? Curtis, I see you up there, man, going through the comments. What's up, Curtis? How you doing, brother? You holding up good? Ethan?
Oh, am I in?
Yeah, you're in, man.
Oh, there it is.
Curtis, I see you up there, man, going through the comments. What's up, Curtis? Just if you have the mute the page.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
Curtis, I see you up there, man, going through the comments. What's up, Curtis? Just if you have the mute the page.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
There we go. Got Jay's too.
There we go.
There we go. What's up with you, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. Hanging out.
I hear you, buddy.
What's up with you?
Nothing, man. Just got home. Went out to eat with the family.
Some Italian food?
Yeah, man. There's this place by me. It's shit. I'm having a brain fart and I forget the damn name of it. I forget. It's a little Italian spot though. It's really, really good. And we went out. But taking my clan out is people that have more kids than me. I don't know how they do it, man. I really don't. Because just my 4 is enough to be like, fuck it. We're gonna get it to go. We're leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not bad though. It's a good time to get out. Plus, man, I mean, it's hectic at my house during the week between kids playing sports and just all that kind of stuff. So on the weekends, a lot of times I like to in the summertime I'll cook out and cook on like my green egg or my smoker or something. But I like to give my wife off so she ain't got to cook.
Oh, that's nice of you.
No, there is a podcast, Brent. I was gonna put it out for today, but last time I did that, the downloads really weren't good on a weekend. So I'm just gonna put it out Monday morning. That way everybody's back to work, and it'll be good to go. Yeah, but no, definitely a podcast. How you doing, man? What's going on with you? How's the fiance and the baby? Can you hear me, Ethan? Oh, looks like we lost Ethan. Yeah, of course, Isaiah. Here, buddy. I know your email, so I can just send you a link, Isaiah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I was talking to you, and I was like, alrighty.
Like I'm out.
See.
No, yeah, she's good. She's feeling better, less nauseous now. We're getting to that point, so.
Oh yeah, man. That's gotta go through that. That's definitely a rough part seeing them do that.
Oh yeah.
It's after you have a child, man, and you see what a woman has to go through to have a child, man. It's a lot. Like I envy women. I mean, who have children, man, because I couldn't imagine my body doing that shit. That's crazy.
Oh, well, your wife's done it 4 times, so.
Yeah, she has.
Okay, there we go.
What's up, Jay?
Yeah, she does, Joe. When I get too close to her, she gets nervous.
What's going on, Gil?
What's up, buddy?
Sorry, I'm trying to always do.
Oh, there you go.
Trying to check the chat out. What up, Chris? Total Tech. Trying to see if I see anybody new. Yeah, Brent, my messenger doesn't work on my phone, man. So I didn't have my tablet. If I'm like in my phone, then I can't respond. If that makes sense. Like if I don't have my phone and you send me, I can click on it and respond back to it. But if I'm like in my phone when you send it, I can't respond back to you. So all I saw was the picture. I didn't know what you were asking. But yeah, my bad, dude. Yeah, hold on, Isaiah. I'm trying to send that right now, man. Easy.
What'd you have good to eat, Gil?
Me, man. I got this chicken parmesan with this side of these meatballs. Dude, these meatballs look like fucking bull nuts, dude. They're huge, but they're so good, man. This little Italian spot's money. So
those little Italian spots are the best, man.
Yeah, my wife, my in-laws got me hooked on that place when me and my wife first got together, and we started going there. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, it's all right, but over the years, man, the place has just grown on me. Isaiah, message me your email, buddy. I'm having a brain fart that I know it's saved in here, but I'm not finding it. See. No, that's not it.
I don't know what's going on here, but I have like a permanent, like frozen shot of Ethan's face at the top of my screen here.
Oh, that's good.
I just see your face just consistently grinning at me, like oddly.
That's funny. Let me check my shit real fast, man. Inbox. Oh, we got somebody else coming in. There we go, man. Sorry, man. Once I get all these, you guys can feel free to talk amongst yourselves. If I'm missing you in the chat, I'm sorry. Once I get these links set out. And like I've said, anybody who wants to come in, man, you're more than welcome. Yeah, I live in Maryland, right outside of Baltimore, Curtis.
Who are the Ravens playing this weekend?
The Bengals. So we've been looking horrible, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. We started off good. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it was going to be like Super Bowl, but we looked like we were decent. And then all of a sudden, the goddamn wheels fell off, man. We had some like injuries with the offensive line. And if the offensive line isn't good, Joe Flacco plays horrible. We don't even know who's going to start tomorrow because I kind of hope they start Lamar Jackson only because Flacco hasn't even practiced in 2 weeks. So if the guy's in practice, I mean, what the hell? You might as well let this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
it can't be any worse than what he's going to do. Yeah.
We started off, actually, we kind of did the opposite effect to you guys. We started off real terrible. Now we've just kind of been on a roll here. Apparently, we got our act together. I'm glad Lev Bell's gone. I know a lot of people around Pittsburgh are mixed emotions, but I never really liked him. It was mainly his attitude, really. He was a good player when he was on the field for us, but his attitude, that's over half the battle around here with me. Is how you view yourself,
Well, especially that thing he had on Facebook. I know you saw it. That was talking about him.
A couple of years ago, like how, if you don't show up for a game or whatever, like you don't love the sports. It was, I read that. Yeah. So he was basically just a total hypocrite and was actually just going against everything he preached, which was even funnier about it.
And wasn't
of course, you got AB acting like a moron on the highway, getting speeding tickets. That's never a good thing either.
He's a good player, but he is cocky as fuck. But I guess if you're that good, it is what it is.
I'm in the same boat with both of them, man. I mean, the only credit I could give Antonio over Le'Veon is Antonio shows up and performs. Obviously Le'Veon wasn't showing up or doing anything at all, so
true.
That's all I could give him. But still on a personal basis, I still don't like either one, regardless.
Yeah, no, that's true. Isaiah, email me at hvacuncensored@gmail.com, bud. Sorry, guys. These guys pop up random stuff. I got to try to answer them or I'll forget.
Oh, we got somebody else in the mix here.
What's up, you crazy motherfuckers?
Who we got
what
here?
up, Cannon?
What's going on?
What's up?
Same old shit. And I think
it finally happened.
Oh, what?
I finally matched with a girl on Tinder while I was at her house.
Dude, this man does Tinder like it's a part-time job. They should be paying you for advertisement, bro.
I'm on Bumble talking to a girl right now. Her name's Claire.
So what kind of percentage you got, man? Like what's your percentage versus like talking to a chick and actually, banging her out, man?
Like
okay, well, if you have to think about it that much, your batting average is not very good.
It's not good at all.
Dude,
Dude, you know what? The funny thing is like I could vouch for him there. That's the same thing here. It's like it's very easy to talk, but it's very, very difficult to go farther.
No one wants to fucking meet up at all.
No.
I spent 40 fucking bucks on a girl at a play. She wanted brunch, right? And I went with my dad. I went with my dad's recommendation, but my dad makes a lot more money than I do.
Oh,
what's up, Chris?
$40 on brunch for a girl who ended up being weird.
Wow. I mean, honestly, if a girl asked me to go to brunch, I would probably just say no immediately because.
Okay, so this place is called Raymond Dunn on the Plaza in Kansas City, right? They have really good burnt-in mac and cheese, and that's what I was going for.
Look, dude, I'm trying to get you to slob my knob and have sex. I'm not trying to take you to lunch.
And then if you guys saw HVAC Shop Talk's Instagram about this knife, how she thought it was weird that I had a knife on me. It's like I always got a knife.
I get that a lot, man. I don't know what it is with people. They think it's such a strange thing to carry a knife.
It's like, and she had a tag on a hat that she bought, and I cut it off for her, and she said that it was weird that I had the knife. I'm like, you happy that I had it though, didn't you?
It's weird that you're wearing a hat with a tag on it.
Yeah, exactly. She probably stole it, fucking cheap bitch. But I thought Tinder, hey, I'm old, man. I've been married with the same woman for 18 years, man. But I always thought Tinder was like you're not supposed to hang out. You're supposed to meet, smash, and then be on your way.
Here's Tinder.
Nowadays, it seems to be going both ways. I'm actually seeing more people that want something meaningful out of it than just.
Yeah, people are trying to do meaningful. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit.
Yo, I'm sending you a video of what Tinder actually is.
All right, Isaiah, you have
to California, Chris.
Yeah, sorry guys. Isaiah, you got to email me at hvacuncensored@gmail.com, bud, and I'll get you in here. I can't remember your email, buddy. Sorry, fellas.
Oh,
Let's see here.
You said something to me right now?
That was me, Chris. I was just asking how's it going out there in SoCal, man.
Oh, it's nice, man. It's cold, dude. You know, it's like 63 degrees outside right now. We got the beanies and the sweaters on.
Everybody's running around losing their minds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it still like, smoky as hell?
Not down in SoCal. The closest fire to me was up in Malibu, and that's like 40 miles away from us. That's already, I think, out. The one up north is still really bad, though. That one's up by Sacramento.
Oh.
What town are you from?
I'm in Riverside, California, in SoCal.
Okay.
So
my uncle was from Laguna and Newport.
Yeah, that's a fancy area up there. So Laguna and Newport, that's nice. But that fire up north, there's still like over 100 people missing.
Wow.
And the death toll is like nuts, dude. People died like trying to drive away in their cars. The fire came up over the roads. There was only one way in and out of the town. Hundreds and hundreds of houses were burnt down. It was like it came up so fast they couldn't do anything about it.
It's terrible, man.
Yeah,
hey, your setup's looking nice, man. You're getting your shit together there, Chris.
It's getting there, a little bit at a time. Try not to blow my wad all at once. So,
dude, I hear you, man. I spent a dickload of money, dude. I have all kind of equipment I haven't even used yet. It's pathetic, but it's just hard, man. Trying to find the goddamn time. That's my problem. I don't have the time to give to it, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, you know, I didn't plan on the videos doing what they're doing, and it's just kind of taken off. And at first I was like getting excited and doing like 3 videos a week, and I can't keep up with that. It's too much. So
video quality. I love your videos. Actually, just company I used to work for took care of all the Chili's here in Wichita. So
yeah, that's cool. I don't know what you're talking about because I don't work at those restaurants, but
I don't know.
No, I try to I don't care about it in this, but I try to keep like the restaurant names out of my videos. So if you've ever thrown something in the chat, or if anybody that's watching throws like restaurant names in the chat and stuff like that, I usually delete the comments. So don't take offense to it if you guys see that, but just because, you know, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
No, it makes sense. If you're doing a big chain like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, your videos have done good, man. I think like now there's an opening for good YouTube videos. I mean, I think that's why, you know, Greaves has done so well, and because, you know, like Zach doesn't make videos like he used to. Like you look at all the big players that were in YouTube, a lot of them aren't there anymore. You know, like Zach does the podcast, he still does some. Ralph doesn't make videos like he used to. I mean, those
Ralph's
guys
not in the field anymore. Ralph doesn't do anything.
Well, I know, that's what I mean.
Make videos at the casino, so you know that's all he does.
Well, that's what I mean. Those guys were the kingpins. They were the heavyweights in there. I mean, when I first started watching YouTube, it was them. I mean, Steve Lav's still there, of course. I mean, he's the king. But so if you're a guy who can make consistent videos and you got good content, I think you can be successful. I mean, Chris is a prime example. I mean, he makes good videos showing like, you know, how to do shit properly. Guys will eat that up. They want it. There's not enough there. There's a need for it.
Yeah, those guys though definitely paved the way. I mean, I watched all those guys' videos for years, and you know, 4 years ago, I wouldn't have had the nerve to put a video on YouTube. You know, it's after watching all those guys for so many years that it's like, okay, you know, I could do this, and I get that I'm assuming that some of them got burnt out, but I don't know. I mean, it's still fun for me, but the whole point is that I didn't make mine. I really didn't make them to make them public. I started making them and was just sharing them with my employees, and then decided to make them public, and then it just kind of took off. And I'm kind of amazed that people sit there and watch them. I mean, but you know,
yeah,
it's cool.
It's a lot real fast. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep talking about people.
That works.
Shit, where'd he go? 404 Refrigeration brought up a good point. I always say his last name wrong. I think it's Jim Petinato. Jim made awesome videos, man. Refrigeration stuff, but he got burnt out. Like he's a very like quiet, like to himself guy, and he was going in supply houses and shit, and people were like, oh my God, Jim, and stuff like that. Like he was like popular, and Jim didn't want that. Jim wanted to just do his thing and mind his own fucking business, and that's why he backed out, because everybody wondered, like what happened to him. I know Ralph, I never talked to Jim on the phone or nothing like that, but I know like Ralph talked to him and some other people, and he just said that he didn't want that kind of popularity. So
Yeah,
it happens.
and
What
you know
up,
what? It's helped me. It's been a double-edged sword because what really helped me is that I share them in the Facebook groups. But then at the same time, if if you say 1 inch of the wrongest, of something that's wrong, everybody blows you up and they attack you. And I could imagine, and I know that's what I heard
That's
through
the
the
internet
grapevine
for you,
about
though.
Jim was that he was getting crucified, is what I heard through the grapevine. People just hate mail and all kinds of stuff. And
Well, one thing that people always busted his balls on, and it doesn't matter. He always called it, like I call it a filter dryer. He always called it a dryer filter. And for some reason,
Yeah,
exactly, people would bust his balls for that. And it's like, who gives a shit? The whole rest of the video, this guy is just giving you a bunch of knowledge. So what does it matter? What up,
Yeah.
AK?
Yeah, seriously. I mean,
Because that's the internet, guys. That's the internet.
Exactly.
It really is.
When you put-
he still has the knowledge and he knows everything inside and out. That's what counts. Chris even says some stuff differently than I've heard people say, but it doesn't matter. His videos still rock because I could tell by listening to him talk, and I tell him this every week when he posts a video, that I learned a ton from his videos.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
bud.
So I mean,
Go ahead.
regardless how somebody speaks, it's ridiculous. But you know how people are these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's you have to, whenever you put yourself out here on one of these public platforms, and granted, I haven't done much on YouTube, so I don't really refer to YouTube because I only have a couple of videos. But like even with the podcast, when I say things, I mean, yeah, there's times that I don't explain things properly, and I should if I'm putting it out there, but and guys will bust your balls. You got to be able to just take that negativity. Like there's still guys in the Facebook group that make stupid ass comments, and I don't even worry about it because there's 50 good comments for every one bad one. So I don't even concentrate on it. I just let this shit roll off.
It's actually been pretty good recently. Everybody's starting to kind of get the flow of, helping each other out and everything. So it's doing really well.
I think that's actually one of the really cool things about YouTube, is that it is, even though there's a bunch of us, it is a small little community and everybody does help each other out. AK helped me in the beginning and learning a few things about it. I asked him a couple questions and it really helped me out in, learning how to optimize my videos and different things like that. And that really, made the difference. And other people too, it's the same thing. And I try to do the same thing with anybody else that asks questions or is interested. I try to plug, especially at the end of my videos, I try to plug anybody else that's, the smaller guys that are still, getting their numbers up and stuff. We all try to help each other out.
Yeah, I mean, we're all trying to accomplish the same thing, man. So trying to do, like it used to be back in the day. I'm not going to refer to that person.
You're trying to all quit your jobs and make YouTube money. I know it.
Yeah.
The irony is that, when you see the lab numbers, is that not knowing exactly, but from his numbers, that dude doesn't have to work anymore, but he has to work to make the videos. So
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like if I'm going to be an HVAC YouTuber, if I stop working, then I just ran out of content to be able to make videos if I'm not working on it anymore.
Yeah, talk about a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You need one for the other, but then one sacrifices your time from the other. So it's, but
I think
it is what it is.
I think that the videos have helped me to gain the confidence because I've always wanted to teach and someday I will. But one of the unfortunate things about teaching is there's no money in it. And I think that the YouTube videos help out because it allows me to kind of share the little bit of knowledge that I have, but then I could still work a normal job. And then eventually, I'll get comfortable and then teach somewhere someday. But
yeah, well, I always thought that if God forbid the podcast did well enough where I was, making good money. I mean, I don't see that ever happening where I make what I make at my job. But if that ever happened and it got close and I did it full time, I would just start my own company and just almost do it as side work because it would just be extra income. I wouldn't necessarily have to do it. But a lot has to happen for that to happen, though.
Well, and the YouTube, I make a little bit of money from YouTube, and like right now, it's just just goes in the bank is all it's doing. And I mean, it's not money that I needed. It wasn't intending on using it. So it's just sitting there, for a rainy day. So.
Yeah, that's how it's got to be. I mean, I'm finally in the green, but I shot my load a little fast. Like me and Greaves always talked about it, and I went and like
common problem, huh?
Yeah, I went and like bought all this shit. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I want this, I want that, and got all excited. And it's cool. I like having it. But I got a lot of video stuff that I haven't even been able to do shit with videos. I have stuff for the podcast that I haven't even been able to incorporate. But fuck it.
I remember, Gil, I called you one day and you were like, yeah, I just spent like $700 on stuff.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's easy. That's
yeah,
no, easy to do.
Dude, I mean, yeah, and I'm not sitting there saying it's like I'm trying to like toot my horn or something like that, but I mean, I've probably spent like $4,000 total. Granted, the computer I was going to have anyway. I'm gonna buy a desktop, like a Mac, whatever. What do they call it? A Mac Home or whatever the desktop version is. But it is what it is. I mean, I bought this fancy camera. I was trying to use it tonight, but I was having issues getting it to work. But
which camera is it?
It's the Canon, the SL2.
Okay, so you're gonna hook up through HDMI directly to the computer, something like that?
Yeah, I got one of the Cam Link things that you can plug it into it, and then I got the cord, and I've used it before, like just like not on here, but so I got it to work. I don't know what's going on with it now.
You probably have to go through like the Hangout settings and use it. And
yeah,
use
well,
external camera.
Yeah, I went through and chose it, and it was an option and everything, but I don't know, and I didn't want to be any later, so I just let it go.
A lot of this stuff is getting above my head too. I feel like it's funny because I'm 35, and I felt like in the early 2000s, I knew everything about technology, but dude, I'm already feel like an idiot now. Like with the computer shit, and my little brother's like trying to show me how to use OBS to stream from, and I feel like a fucking idiot. Like this is stupid. It's too difficult.
Yeah,
I'm 21 and I don't know anything about technology, so you're not alone.
Use like I said, use Streamlabs. Sorry, Jay.
Streamlabs, really? Okay. Yeah. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, half the stuff you guys even say about computers, I don't go that far. But then again, I'm not all involved in making videos and stuff either.
It's fun though, man. When you start to get into it, it's like something else. It's like a black hole. Like I think Zach made the point one time that it almost gets like the same way like you buy tools. You start it's something different, and it was just something new to learn, and it's still neat. Like the whole editing process. Like I was atrocious at first. I've gotten pretty good at it now. I'm down using different programs. Like I started off with a free one, Audacity. Now I use
I've actually used Audacity before. I used it for a long time because I didn't want to pay to actually for recording software because Gil, you've seen that I play guitar, but so I used Audacity to record musical tracks so I wouldn't forget them because over the course of years it's easy to forget stuff. It works, man. It wasn't anything special or fancy, but it did the job.
Yeah, it's good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one of the cool things is that it's actually with the YouTube stuff, since it's actually generating revenue. Like I had to sit down with my tax guy and like talk to him because you got to pay taxes on all that crap. But then you have an excuse to buy extra stuff because you got to wipe out the profits. So you're like, oh yeah, babe, we got to go spend this because I made $1,000 and we got to get rid of this.
That's your extra gear fund right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I did. Like I have it's the HVAC Uncensored. I have a LLC, so it has its own bank account, checks, stuff like that. So like Kelly being the co-host, I actually give Kelly a paycheck. That's how it works to try to keep it on the up and up. So a lot of this stuff that I bought, I can write off on my taxes. Like I can take off like a portion of my my internet for my house, this area I use for my studio, like some of my utility bills, all kind of stuff. My accountant told me, I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking make it happen.
Yeah, we were just talking about that with the tax guy because basically, and maybe sometime next year we might do something like that if it keeps going the way it's going. So,
yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna try to talk to some of these guys in the chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't mean to hijack this conversation.
No, you're good. I know, AK, man. I've been using it more for my family, dude. If I don't use it, I'll send it to you, man. I will.
Look, you can donate to Cannon Needs a Winch Fund for his Jeep if you want.
Yeah. You need to donate to the Cannon Needs to Get Some Ass Fund.
You know what? I'm trying.
Tender's not working.
Okay, hey Gil, I just sent you that video. I can see that you have not viewed it yet.
No, I have not.
Look at the people on
Jesus,
Tinder around me. I can see when you read it because you have read receipts on. I see you just read it at 9:44.
Actually, I didn't. I just clicked on it.
But it says read at 9:44.
Yeah. Gary Black, who are these guys? What are you talking about, man? Isaiah, I emailed it to the check your email, buddy. I emailed you the link. And David Cole, I just sent you the link too, man. All right, sorry guys, let me watch this video so I'll get off my back.
I'll tell you guys something. I got a random phone call from some person, and it was kind of seemed like stalkerish, but she found me from the videos as some girl, and she Google searched and found my phone number and then called me.
Wow.
Now it ended up being nothing
stalker
creepy.
stuff there,
It ended up being nothing creepy. She was really nice, and hopefully she doesn't. I don't know if she's gonna watch this, but she works in the trade and stuff. So I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" You know. But it ended up being. I thought she was calling me to ask me for a job at first, but then no, she was like, "Yeah, you know." She ended up being really nice and nothing bad, but it was creepy at first. Like, and I had to ask her, like, "How'd you get my number?" And then she told me how she got it. She Googled my name and then found, and it was like, okay, I need someone to wipe the internet for me and clean that stuff off because that's kind of scary.
It's a crazy place, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had somebody text me one day and was like, "Hey man, I like the podcast, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Who's this?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just a listener." I'm like, "How the fuck did you get my cell phone number, dude?" Like,
crazy shit, man.
I've been selling it online.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Hey, if you're getting good money for it. Dude, Cannon, no wonder you're not meeting any chicks, dude. These bitches are ferocious, man.
I know. That's what I'm telling you.
Dude, that one girl had more hair in her arms than I did.
Oh man.
Oh my god. I think out of like 30 girls, there's 2 of them that I might let them like just touch the tip.
There was 2 I swiped on. I finally found a hot one. Okay, hold on.
Dude, similar to what Gil said, I wouldn't know what to do, dude. I haven't been single in, geez, I don't even know how long, dude. I've been married to my wife since like 99. No, I've been married to her since 2003, but we've been dating since 2000. So I wouldn't even know.
Hey, actually, I've been officially single for a whole year today.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, from that lying, cheating bitch.
So it's been a lot of masturbation, huh?
No, I've hooked up with a lot of people since then, but you know.
A lot of Rosie Palm and her 5 sister nights.
Yeah. Notice how you said people, so you just left a broad question mark there, bro. You didn't say a lot of women,
a lot of women,
ladies.
People.
A lot of nice ladies with nice asses.
Like lady boys? Like
were there any sword fights in there? Or?
No surprises, and then just kind of go through with it, because fuck it.
Look, if that actually ever happened, I told my friend what I would do if that actually ever happened. I would just leave. I don't care if we're at my house. I would leave and be like, "You can just have the whole house, I guess." And fuck it.
Dude, there's a kid, he's an Oriental guy I grew up with, and his dad used to be like a bigwig at Samsung. You guys remember like the old StarTech phones, the flip phone back in the day?
Flip phone, yeah.
Yeah. Well, his dad was one of the guys who, I'm sorry, not Samsung, Motorola, who helped.
Motorola. Okay, yeah.
Helped develop that phone. But he took a bunch of money. They moved out to Vegas, and they have a bunch of porn shops. And when I used to talk to him,
what a change!
He was like, "Gil, if you realize like how many guys, like business guys, that come here for the weekend, and they think they're walking around with a woman, but it's not." He's like, "You'd be surprised." I was like, "Man, that's crazy."
I don't know though. Like, I mean, I guess sometimes it could be hard, but there is normally some really like big warning signs.
Yeah, an Adam's apple, a bulge
like,
in their dress,
obvious, you know, or normally there's a very distinguishable voice, realistically.
The technology today, though, man.
Deep voice, like normally you could still tell that it's a woman. Sometimes I haven't met any real good transgenders recently, so I can't really go into further detail. But
show me your penis.
Yeah, y'all need to spend some time out here in California, guys, because that shit's everywhere.
AK said warning signs. Yeah, I just feel like there's so many things that I could pick up on before it would get to the point where you're getting ready to go at it, and it's like, what is that? Like
I mean, look at the hands, even the difference between a man's hands and a woman's hands is normally much different. Let alone, like Gil said, the Adam's apple. I mean, that's rule one. I'm looking at a woman's throat just to see if there's anything there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't know, man. Interesting conversation we get into, though, huh?
I know.
Yeah, let's get back to talking about me, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm like
he's feeling lonely over there. Apparently, he needs one of Cannon's people. He's feeling lonely.
Even man, he's got himself a pretty little young fiance, man, having a baby. He's
that's awesome.
Yeah, man, he's got things going good for him.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Do you have any kids at all yet, or no?
Nope, first one.
Right on, dude. I got 2, so 2 girls.
2 girls. Yep, I'm having a daughter too.
Congratulations, buddy.
I got a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know yet if I'm having a kid. Gotta wait till it comes out.
Well,
yeah, I don't have any bastard children that I know about.
Depends on which people you're getting involved with.
Okay, so this is this girl named Sammy that Gil
Men
knows
can't
about.
get pregnant. You're good, dude.
Gil knows about this chick. So this chick, right?
Uh-oh.
I dated her for like almost a year, right? And then, well, it was like 2 years, and we dated for 6 months. And then I found out that she cheated on me with her trucker friend.
Wow.
And both those times, I did not use the condom. Then she cheated on me the next week, and then she got pregnant. So it's like,
I can see where you're scared.
You got mushrooms growing on your dick? You good?
No, I'm good. I checked.
What happened to the girl that lives by Kelly?
Oh, that girl that lived by. Okay, so it's still promising. More of a fuck buddy, but still promising.
I mean, hell, stress relief,
And Kelly was like, when I went and talked to Kelly, he's like, I just don't want you moving. And I'm like, well, she's not that kind of girl. And he's like, what? I'm like, but she's a fuck buddy, Kelly. And he's like, God damn it, Cannon.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing AK just said. You knew a girl that had trucker friends. Right there should have been a red flag. She's going to hang out with her trucker friends. What is she, a lot lizard? I mean...
She's a speed freak for sure.
Yeah.
Highway Hummer.
Well, her trucker friend was her drug dealer, so yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a bunch of red flags there, buddy.
There's a lot of red flags up here. Did you check for an Adam's apple there, too? Just another red flag.
Remember, we dated for 2 years. Then I dated another girl for 2 years. Then we got back together. So I knew from the other 2 years.
So you're a dipshit then?
Yeah.
That's the definition of insanity. That's what they told me, because I've actually married my wife twice. We literally been married, divorced, married again. And my one old neighbor used to tell me, he's like, you're a fucking idiot, Gil. He's like, it's the definition of insanity, right? He's like, you done divorced that bitch once. Now you're going to get back with her? And I was like, yeah, Mr. Ed, it's cool, man. I got it. Don't worry about it. And then he'd see my wife. I'm like, oh, how you doing, sweetie? I'm like, you were just talking shit about her 15 minutes ago, you old fuck. Yeah, I sent it to you, Isaiah. I sent it to both of them, bud. I'll try to send it again. But it should be in there.
Tell him to refresh his email. Isaiah, refresh your email.
You may have to go to click on all mail because it may have been filtered out.
It might have been spam mail. We all know you'll send some like annoying emails sometimes.
You don't get no emails from me. I don't do shit. I gotta find it again. Autisms.
Hey, did you get my email the other day about the giveaway, Gil?
Yes.
Okay.
I have all that. I got all these shit packed up over here.
No, not about that. I'd sent you another one about the giveaway. I'll send it to you again.
It might be there.
An accidental picture that was sent to me. Not bad, guys. I should have just emailed you. I'll email you again.
Did I send you a picture on the computer? Oh shit!
No.
Some of those are private.
I could say this. I'll have to say this carefully. You did a giveaway the other day, and someone you were helping with the giveaway had sent me some information, like through a text message, but sent me some information that probably shouldn't have been sent to me. And I was asking you to talk to some parents about it.
Oh, I think matter of fact, I'm gonna open my email up, and I think I know.
I sent it that night. It was just like a conversation, and then I kind of felt bad. I had to have I sent a message to him and told him not to send me that information, so because someone could take advantage of him. So
yeah,
sorry guys, I probably shouldn't have be so vague, but I'm trying to be nice and not throw someone under the bus right now.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, dude. And you know what? I appreciate you sending that to me, man, because that information could be bad. So I will take care of that, dude. And I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. The email is there. I just had some ones I haven't checked yet.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
I'm still tripping out that I have this like awkward smiling picture of Ethan at the top of my screen still.
I think you just got
at me.
Yeah, I probably gotta get out of the hangout and get back in.
You know what? I tried doing that, and then I had trouble getting back in, and so I didn't want to leave again because I might get stuck out. I don't know why. It's being real weird with letting me in. Probably because I'm just using my cell phone. I don't have a computer currently that works.
Well, any of you guys on call this weekend?
I am right now.
Not this guy.
I'm always on
backup,
call.
actually.
Yeah. I'm kind of like backup too. I'm always there when my guys need help, but technically it's not my call weekend. So that's why I can have a beer.
Are you Chris, are you like just like do you work for a company? Is it your company?
It's yeah, it's my company. It's mine and my dad's. I started working for my dad 18 years ago or something like that. And we run the company together now. So we're both owners. So,
nice.
But like my official position, I always go back and forth. I call myself the service manager just because my dad handles the office work and then I handle the service. So
that's pretty much what I do. I mean, just being a smaller company, I don't always have time to be in the office. And then right now we're so goddamn busy and we're so short staffed that I pretty much have to be a technician because I can get more calls done than the other guys do, and I know that it's not going to be a callback. So I just go out and try to bang things out. I mean, while there's money to be made, I'm just trying to make sure that we're not leaving money on the table.
Yeah, it's
Gil, what was your last callback?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't had a callback. Well, I haven't had a callback that I did something wrong in a good while. I mean, only because I've just been doing it long enough. I mean, shit happens.
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, I haven't had a legitimate callback in a little bit. But I just try to be thorough. But it doesn't mean that I can't.
What's up, Isaiah?
Not much. I'm literally legit about to destroy my damn phone. About to piss me off right there.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah, those things are expensive, Isaiah. Don't destroy it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, let me go grab my iPad charger real quick.
But I know the feeling sometimes, bud.
All right, buddy.
Give me 1 second before this thing dies. I forgot to charge it last night. Hold on. I'll be right back in just a minute.
Yeah,
right,
we're a small company too, Gil. I've only got 4 people, including myself. So we're real small.
Strictly commercial?
Yeah, commercial refrigeration. So we just deal with restaurants. So, but I mean, when I say refrigeration, I do, ice machines, air conditioners, all that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that's nice. We do like I majority residential. I'm building up the commercial side, light commercial. But it's getting pretty good, man. My owners had the company for almost 25 years, man. So we got a good name for ourselves. If you look up like in my area, like our name pops up with some of the best reviews. So that's good. And it's not easy to, it's not easy to get that. That's why rather than me start my own company, it was always good for me just to stay here with this foundation. But we have, what is it? Not counting me. There's 6, 7 of us. So, two install. Well, there's two install teams, and then 4 service techs. That's not counting me. So that's 8, 9.
That's about where we're at too at my company.
Yeah,
I'm much larger than all of you.
it's not what she said.
Or those people said.
Yeah,
It.
One miss word and
See
You
what
guys
the
are
internet
rolling.
does to you, man? We were just talking about that.
yep.
There was, I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but this is a little bit, we were probably all too young, but there was a Saturday Night Live sketch called It's Pat.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, they constantly were trying to figure out what Pat was. Nobody ever knew if it was a girl or a guy. They ended up making a cheesy movie out of it too.
Yeah, I remember that. Shit, man. I'm sorry, David Cole. I don't know how many. Hold on. So, no, we should be able to have another person come in. I don't know why the link's not working for him.
Do they
You know,
limit
I
the
had it
amount of
happen
people
a
in the
couple
Hangouts?
times too.
I think they do, but I mean,
I think they do, but we had more of this than HVAC Shop Talk.
well, yeah, I know. I mean, I've been in ones where we've had more than this, so it shouldn't be that. Hold on, Dave. I'm gonna try to copy and paste the link one more time. Maybe it'll work.
It says 25 people. It said it used to be 10 people and now it's 25.
Is it? I know.
That'd be a hell
sometimes
of a hangout. Let's not have 25 people in here.
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
too many people. It's hard to talk. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go grab my drink real fast. I'll be right back, fellas.
Cool.
And you said you were a large company. How many guys you work with?
There's like 60 techs.
Oh wow, yeah, you are. 'Cause I'm just with a small little local place around here too, where I live.
We're local to Kansas City only, but we're just a large company in Kansas City. Luckily, they kind of keep me on the Kansas side most of the time, which I prefer. Fuck Missouri.
You're in Missouri, Cannon?
I'm in Kansas. The shop's in
Kansas,
Kansas
okay.
City, Missouri.
Gotcha.
But we'll go 50 miles from the shop, which is pretty much like the stadiums. So, like the Chiefs Stadium, the Royal Stadium, it's like 50-mile radius from there. So we'll go pretty far into Kansas. Like I'll go to the college town in Lawrence all the time, which is where I matched that girl on Tinder. Was in Lawrence at a rental property.
You did specify girl this time at least.
Good job, man. You're learning. I've been to Kansas City, Missouri. I went there. It's been a while ago. When my dad was still around, we got into one of those like fucking marketing bullshit things. I actually made money on it, to be honest. But we went out there for some kind of convention, and I didn't know until somebody told me where they were like, yeah, Kansas City. This is Kansas City, Missouri. That's Kansas City, Kansas, right across the river. I was like, oh, but there was like no traffic. You see like rush hour, and it's like, this is your rush hour? Like, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, not anymore because they decided to do construction on the main highway in 5 different spots. So you're fucking backed up forever.
Yeah, but I guarantee if you come traffic here or like the kind of traffic that like they have on like the I-5 out there where Chris is, you ain't seen traffic, man.
I've been to that, and fuck that is all I gotta say.
If you're driving through downtown LA You could
Oh,
go
God.
40 miles, could take you a couple hours.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I see on the news all the time, like, holiday times, everybody's traveling around at LA and everything. You could just, one way is just solid headlights, the other way is just solid taillights for miles and miles. They have helicopters.
That's my cheap ass office falling apart over here. I have a stupid light and yeah,
What up, Ness?
it could be pretty bad. Where I'm at, I'm about 45 miles away from downtown LA. So, I mean, we get traffic, but we try to stay in our little area. So for the most part, we don't sit in any more than 45 minutes worth of traffic. But even still, that sometimes will drive you nuts.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine you go to downtown LA at all, would you?
Nope. I stay away. I'm all inland, so yeah.
Yeah, but Baltimore gets kind of rough with traffic, but DC is where traffic sucks. You get like 495 around DC, and it sucks ass, man. You'll be there for you drive and you see people like shaving and fucking like eating like a full breakfast with like a fork and shit, and it's like, what the? No wonder we're in traffic, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I get that a lot here. I see a lot of people doing really dumb stuff. The worst I've actually ever seen, I caught somebody driving down the parkway heading into the city here, doing about 75, 80 miles an hour, reading the newspaper.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
all
sure I'll see you
folded
wrapped
out
around a pole down the road here a little ways.
Total Tech asked me a question if we charge travel time. Yeah, that's one thing we do is the customers, like, they know before they call us that they're going to pay for our travel time. So if someone called me from downtown LA, which I wouldn't go there anyways, but yeah, I would tell them, like, look, if you want me there, and a lot of times the restaurants, they want you in the restaurant by 7 and then out by 10. And it's like, you guys, that's only 3 hours, you're going to pay me in traffic, and yeah, they'll pay. We have to charge the customers for that.
Yeah, I
probably
agree.
Makes sense with what you guys got going on your areas. Here, where I am, because like where I work is kind of like a little suburb, so we still do pretty well with just flat rates for certain areas that we go. So if somebody calls from this part of town, we could tell them this is the cost to come here, because over here we really don't get heavy traffic because it's not actually in the city.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, see, if we're busy enough, then I'll turn down long stuff. But if it's not really that busy, then I'll take it. Like, we had a call Thursday. There was a call. It's like over what we call the Bay Bridge, which separates like, I guess, Maine, like Baltimore, Maryland, and then like the Eastern Shore. And he was probably like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. And that's just a normal drive, not counting what the bridge traffic was and stuff like that. And we had done work for him in his rental properties and stuff. And he's like, Gil, I trust you guys. And he's like, I rather, I'll pay whatever to get you to come out. But we were so busy. I'm like, sir, I hate to do this, but I mean, I can't afford to have one of my guys tied up in 3.5 hours of just traffic when I'm we're booked solid. Thank God he was cool about it. He's like, no, I get it. And he's like, can you recommend anybody over here? I'm like, not really. I don't really know anybody over on that side. So it sucked to do that. I had to make a judgment call. I couldn't have somebody tied up that long, and especially if you go out there and it's something stupid and makes it, it's not even worth going out there. Or I gotta jack his price up to cover it. That's not fair either.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I can tell you about a little no heat call that I had recently, if you're interested.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Let's hear it, buddy.
You remember those, those older Ream, furnaces that they had back in the day?
Yeah.
I had one, not too long ago that wasn't even, that the heat basically wasn't even trying to start. Sure enough, when they were painting and rebuilding the house, a little orifice pilot, the pilot for the orifice had got all plugged up.
Oh, man.
After that, it finally started. Finally started. The spark for the flame, and saved another one. Old. They replaced the condenser with a little Lennox Marriott series dry ship unit.
There you go. Damn. How long's that been? We can't get dry ship units here.
I believe that was a 2014 Lennox unit.
Oh, well, that's not bad. I could probably still get them in 2014.
Yep.
I was at a 2014 dry ship York unit that the person said, "Oh yeah, we've had to put refrigerant inside this for the last like 12 years." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "We've looked for the leak. No one's been able to find the leak. I found the leak in 2 minutes."
Yeah, well, how is a unit from 2014 been leaking for 12 years?
It had a 2002 coil in it or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, I just ran my first 2 no heat calls. It's funny. We don't get those that often. Even through our fake winter that we have, I won't even get that many heat calls.
What, your 60-degree winter?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I joke around, like the day highs are like in the 60s, and then, you know, like at my house and at night it's going to drop to like 42, but still that's nothing.
Yeah.
So
Hold on, let me tell you the temperature here right now. Let's see here.
I mean, compared to what you're used to out there in the summertime, Chris, I could understand it completely.
yeah, we broke a record this summer. We've never hit 120, and we finally hit that this summer. That was nuts.
You know what? I think it's funny. I think I was just watching one. Was it in one of your videos that you said?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I even
I
showed
was
my
just watching
thermometer hanging out the window, dude. It was like 10 minutes from my house. I put a thermometer on my window driving down the freeway in the wind, 120 degrees.
It is
Holy
32
shit.
degrees right here right now.
37 for us.
And it's
not too bad.
6 degrees for us today.
Gil, you're probably the most north of all of us. What's the temperature there?
Hold on.
What the fuck is going on here?
55 at my house right now.
Yeah, I went to Southern California like 3 years ago, and I was wearing, it was in the middle of summer. I don't do the beach because I hate sand and I hate getting burned because that's all I do when I go in the sun. And I had my jeans and boots on and a t-shirt, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. And people
Don't worry,
people
bro.
go
I'm
to
the
the store.
same. Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. I hate the fucking sand. My wife and my kids are freaking beach kids, and they love that shit.
Dude,
and
that's everyone else in my family is that way. I'm like in Laguna, you know, Laguna has like the nice town area.
Yeah.
So like, I just walk around the town and go see the shops, talk to the girls there and all of this stuff. And like, that's all I would do. And then they're like, "Why don't you come down to the beach?" I'm like, "Because why?" I'm like, "There's no
Yeah.
I
point."
mean, I like
It's
the ocean
29
and
here.
everything, but sand is miserable. You know,
If you guys can't already tell, I'm like super OCD and like panicky about shit. I think it probably comes across in my videos, but my kids and shit, like if they get in my car, I'm like, "Nah, we're gonna hose you off before we get in the car. No sand, no anything." And my wife, like she does it just to fuck with me. She'll leave a shit ton of sand like right in the back of her car, and I'll open it up, and I'm like, "What the fuck? There's sand everywhere." And I'm a spaz.
My uncle died in 2002, and I got his 1991 Trans Am, and my cousin blew the engine on it before we got it, but it was sitting in a barn in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, in Delphus, Kansas. Ethan, you know where that's at. I don't think you'll even know where that's at,
No,
but
that.
it's north of you, like 200 miles or something.
Oh, yeah, every town. Here.
It's north of Salina. You know where that is. But like it was sitting in a barn in there, and I pull it out to put the new motor in, and there's still sand inside of it. And I was like, "It's been fucking how many years, and there's still fucking sand in this bitch."
Yeah, well, it doesn't just go away. I mean, you can't like burn sand off. It just
And he was very particular about cars and wanted it to be clean 24/7, so that there was sand in it probably annoyed the shit out of him.
I'm like the same way as Chris when it comes to OCD, man. But I guess I wish I was more like that at home. When it comes to work, I'm OCD to the fullest. Like my truck doesn't get dirty. My shit stays where it's got to be. Like my office and stuff is like that. Sometimes at home, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Like I used to, like, as my kids would play with toys and they'd be done, like I'd be behind them, like putting shit away. And my wife's like, that's pointless, right? Because they're just going to just let them pull it out and play with it. When they're done, we'll just put it all back. Cause I'd be sitting there like putting this away, putting this away, putting that away. And got to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, shit, I forgot, man. We did this hangout tonight. I forgot Ted's having a giveaway.
Oh shit. Hopefully I didn't call my name.
Yeah. I feel bad, man, because I try to do this thing and I try not to, headbutt with anybody. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I won't go on like Sunday nights or something like that, because I know Zach and them do their stuff. But there's only so many fucking nights on the weekend that you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that lately, because like when I start thinking about a day that like I do a live stream on Mondays and it's like shit. And then I just don't want to run into anybody else's stuff. But
yeah. It's going to get to the point where like you have to. And I wanted to do this, man, because I haven't been able to. Like, I got a bunch of shit to give away, and I just I feel bad because I just haven't had the time. I mean, this podcast is my, like my little baby, like my second thing. I mean, my job is first and foremost. That's what pays the bills and puts food on the table. So that is going to get the first priority, and it just sucks when sometimes I can't put as much time as I want to this.
Look at that. The people in the chat are watching for us. Apparently I didn't win Ted's giveaway.
Did I win? I forgot to enter.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you be one of those people that sends Ted a message in his chat? How can I enter? And how come it's not fair that I didn't get to enter? The dude has said it like 72 times how to do it. And people still ask, like, how do I enter? How come I can't enter anymore?
Well, you do these giveaways, man. And I'm all for trying to give back, but it's amazing what guys will do for some of these giveaways, man. You give away fucking like old toenail clippings, and motherfuckers will sit here for 2 hours waiting for their name to be called.
The Carrier Part House here in town just moved, so they had a grand opening, and man, they were giving away all kinds of stuff, and they had a drawing. You just reach in the bucket, grab a piece of paper, and they're just giving out tool bucks. Most people were getting like $50, and then there was one for like $500 in there.
Damn,
nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It's been a couple years, but back in the day, supply houses used to be like really chill about things, and United Refrigeration out here had like a training day. Actually, okay, this is going to date me, because it was when they were starting to phase out R22. And I mean, this was the very first hint of it, that they were talking about coming out with new refrigerants, and they were training. They were training on some of the alternatives. But anyways, it was a full open bar for the first 2 hours.
Wow.
Like at a hotel. Dude, people were fucking double fisting it, just taking as many drinks as they could. And then the funny thing is everybody drove their service vans there. Right? Because it's like, way the fuck out of here. Like, people are all drinking, and I'm just sitting there. I remember thinking, like, this can't be good.
Yeah, you get lucky enough to get a pocket screwdriver.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had them out there. We have United Refrigeration here. You got Airco out there too, Chris?
Negative. Our main supply houses are United Refrigeration. We got Johnstone. As far as regional ones, we've got RSD, which only goes on the West Coast. And then, we have all the residentials, the U.S. air conditioning distributors, Air Cold, all those. But yeah, United is the biggest. United and Johnstone are the two biggest out here.
Nice. Yeah, we have United. I used to go there all the time when I did refrigeration back in the day. But then there's Airco, which they're technically owned by the same people. They're still two separate stores, but the same, I think. United, they technically said United bought Airco, but they still keep their separate names. But I know this, like I said, the same people own them.
Yeah, United's huge, dude. They got their own refrigerant company. They've got they're somehow connected with Trenton too, aren't they? I think, and yeah, they're big.
Yeah, I think they were. Is it Trenton, or what's the one? It's called Bone. Isn't that how you pronounce it?
No, Bone is Heatcraft. That's owned by Lennox now. Lennox Industries now. But
you're right.
I think I could be wrong, but Trenton, I swear, is owned by United too. And then they have their own national refrigerants, their refrigerant company. They got their fingers in everything.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Refrigerant thing is big here. It's like that's one of like the most available refrigerant brands here.
What, national?
Yeah, I mean it's everywhere. I every truck I walk past at a supply house or something, it's in there. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's cheaper. I don't know. I know. I
Neil,
see
do
it
you guys
everywhere.
have prices yet, mapped out for 2020 when R22 goes away?
Wait, I'm
No,
sorry. Say that again.
You guys haven't started working on that yet?
no, but it's definitely in the it's in the works. And it sucks because we have like my owner's been doing this. I've said before, he has like a stockpile of like old recovered R22 that we've had cleaned and stuff like that. And we've had offers to buy it and all this other stuff. And I told him, I said, I don't think what you think was going to happen is going to happen. So you need to let this shit go while the price is still high to be able to get something for it.
Yeah, the prices like dropped dramatically between this summer and last summer because when the new administration came in and everything chilled out, the prices just went down to the point that all the supply houses were actually losing their asses because they had bought it, pallets at a time and spent so much for it, and then the price went down and they were kind of fucked.
Oh yeah, they were selling it cheaper than what they had to buy it for.
Yeah. And they had to, because then you had the smaller supply houses that weren't buying in the mass quantities that just started buying it, and it was so cheap, so they were blowing all the big ones out of the water. So the big ones
were making a killing and taking all the business there.
Yeah, so the big guys just basically took a loss on all their R22. I still sell R22. That's all I use. I mean, when it comes to I don't use any retrofits right now.
Yeah, we don't either.
Yep. I don't either, man. It's just most of the systems around here that are taking R22 are so aged, because around here, what I see is literally something's either 25 years old or it's 5 years old. I don't have a happy medium where I see a lot of 10-year-old, 8-year-old stuff. Normally it's either, 25 plus or it's only been around a few years. I don't get that happy medium.
I actually have my restaurant customers, like I've gone to them and said, look, I don't like these retrofits, but I'll do anything you guys want. Do you want me to try to use a retrofit? And they're like, no. They just want to stick with R22 because they'd rather, just patch the unit up and then change the entire unit than have to deal with the retrofits and constant compressor failures. And I've had some bad luck with the retrofits too, where I've had a horrible instance where I lost a 10-ton train compressor, one of the 3D scrolls, and I lost 2 of them within a week.
Yeah, I don't mess with them either. I just that I knock
company's
anybody
at the
who does.
point, like if we see it, we're just not supposed to touch it.
Well, plus if you go behind people, it's not like there's one, like I've said in the podcast, it's not like there's like, oh, this is the replacement. So you go behind these people and like now you got to have a fucking Christmas tree of refrigerants on your truck because you don't know what's in stuff, or guys ain't fucking marking it, and it's just a pain in the ass that I don't want to be involved in. The system was designed to have R22, and that's what the fuck I'm going to put back in.
That's what it was designed to run with, and that's the only way it's going to run at its best is the way it was designed. Yeah. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it's tough on us because then we got to learn how the new refrigerants act. We got to have new gauges and everything to work with this stuff. It's just a pain.
Yeah, that's I just had a conversation with a customer. And I was doing some research on it, and I called local Train because it was for a Train unit, and someone else quoted another job where they were going to use MO99, and I was like, no, let's not do that. Let's keep it 22. And then so anyways, it came down to it that I got a hold of the documentation from Train, and it was a trip, dude, where you read on Train commercial, they have a pamphlet that came out where it says, if the unit's under warranty, you can't use an alternative refrigerant. But if the warranty's expired, here's our retrofit guidelines, and here's the refrigerants you can buy from us. And it's like, what the fuck? So they won't approve it, but yet they'll sell you the refrigerant.
That's funny. That's funny they put something out, because I know a lot of them weren't officially put anything out about the retrofits.
I'll send you a link. It was hard to find, but when I found it, it was like plain and simple right there. And it's a new document from like 2 years ago or a year ago from Train commercial. Yeah.
You talk to some of like the tech support guys, especially got like friends that have a carrier, and they're like, oh, well, I guess if you do this, and I'm like, yeah, but do you got something like official? And they're like, well, not really officially. I'm like, well, then I can't just you fucking bullshit with me in the back of a classroom. I mean, I need something that is going to cover my ass if I go to do this stuff.
Exactly. And I'm not a genius, but if you if you pull up the MSDS sheets for all those refrigerants, they all have the same shit in them. All they do is mix the hydrocarbon a little bit different. One of them adds a little bit more and a little bit less, but they're all the same. None of them, and they publish this stuff that, oh yeah, it works with mineral oil. That's bullshit. If you read any of their official documentation, it all says works best with POE, works okay with mineral as long as you don't have long line set runs and all these disclaimers. And it's like, okay, so it doesn't work with mineral oil. So if it's POE, it'll work fine. But, most of the R22 systems out there aren't POE anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, same components that make up refrigerant, so naturally it's still going to react the same way. They're making it like now all of a sudden, this is going to work better this way. If it's still same chemical composition, it's still the same. It's still going to work the same with, mineral or POE, whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Talking about refrigerants is like a giant mess, if you ask me.
Right. Yep.
Everything's becoming way overcomplicated.
That it is.
I mean, I don't know personally, how bad 22 really is for the environment. I'm not saying that it is or isn't, but it's just, I think there is some money aspect to it too.
There always
trying
is.
to make a few extra dollars.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Isaiah. What were you gonna say, buddy?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Isaiah.
Speaking of which, on the topic about the retrofits, I was at a friend of mine's little apartment complex he has in Gulfport, Mississippi, checking the ACs on both sides. And my dad looked and said, "What the hell is that? What the hell is that on the control panel?" Sure enough, some idiot converted that thing to 427A and didn't label it on the unit. Didn't label it on every one of them, which were converted.
How did you figure out what was in it?
Sure, you can just barely see it, barely see the writing he put. You can just barely see it. So Google the PT chart for the 427A refrigerant.
Yeah, it gets to be a pain in the butt, man, and that's what gets me. If they're gonna, do away with 22 or whatever, I mean, it's kind of funny to see what's gonna happen when all that shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I'm curious myself how things are gonna go, but yeah, because I don't really know how. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be, because I know particularly a lot around here. Like I said, I still see a lot of old systems, so there's still a lot of 22 systems on the market, and somebody calls and says, hey, it froze up or whatever, and I go out there, it's low, it's gonna be a scramble.
Yes, sir. Agree.
Yeah, and I know some of our old customers are gonna really be complaining that we're gonna be telling them, maybe it's time to get rid of that air conditioner you've had for 40 years. They don't want to. You can't pry it out of their fingers. But
you use 134A, don't you, Chris?
Yep. Yeah.
Somebody asked about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention to the chat. 404, 134, R22, 410.
Propane.
Yeah, propane, R290. Yeah, and that's all I keep in my truck. I have all those in my truck.
You're actually using the propane stuff? I haven't used it.
Yep. I made a couple videos on it. Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of sketchy because
one actually did a compressor change out.
Yeah, and then the sketchy part is at the end when I have to pinch the lines and weld them shut with propane on the other side of the pinch off tool.
Yeah, I was watching that video, dude. I was actually like nervous for you in the video, realistically.
It's actually not that bad, dude, to be honest with you. But since I made that video, again, you have to understand something, and people that are watching this, they'll get it too. There's things that I don't necessarily always do, but I will do them in the video because I'm putting myself out there. I'm going to be honest with you. Since I made that video, I stopped cutting off the lines at the end. And, that they basically all the propane boxes are pretty much under warranty right now because almost everybody has a 3-year parts and labor warranty. almost all the manufacturers. So anything propane hasn't been that popular that long. So almost everything's under warranty. And if you follow their instructions, it will not have service ports when you get it. So they want you to leave it with no service ports. So that's why you got to pinch them off and weld them shut.
Yeah,
but
I got you.
Now, ever since I did that one, I was kind of sketched out by that. So it's just like, you know what? One of them, I just put 410A locking caps on it because they're pink. And then the whole point that I worry about is I just want someone to think before they throw their gauges on there. That's all that I'm worried about with my guys. I don't care that, you know, I don't care if they put their gauges on there. I just want them to know that it's R290. So I put the red locking caps on there just to make them think twice. Like, why the fuck did he do this? And then, oh, okay, that's what it is. Because from the factory, they just they put a piece of black insulation over the ends and then they tape it with red tape. And that's how they leave it. So
how do they want you to check it every time you go back?
Well, you basically got to weld on service ports again.
Wow.
So you use your pinch off tool, you pinch off the line. I have like a vice grip style pinch off tool. You pinch off the line, you cut it, you braze on an access fitting, you do what you got to do. Then when you're all done, you use that same pinch off tool, pinch it off. Now, mind you, the pinch off tool is on a process stub. So it's not in line. It's not in the flow of the refrigerant. It's, you know, there's a T coming out with just a process stub going to nowhere. So it's not like you're using the pinch off tool and re-rounding it or anything like that. You just pinch it off and then open it up a little bit with your pliers and then pinch it off again and weld it shut.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it's not too bad then.
But it's still not practical. I mean, one of the things I point out in one of the videos is the process stubs they put on there are only like 4 inches long. So by the time you put a pinch off tool and weld something on, if you do it once, you can't do it again. There's not enough room left on that process stub. So it's like a one-time fix, or, you know. And so I think on one of the videos that I did, when I got all done, I made the process stub like 18 inches long. So that way the next guy, you have room to cut and pinch and cut and pinch. And
that makes sense. I was thinking about that. When you start pinching and cutting, you get down to like some little ass stub. Like, well, fuck, what do I do now? You have to add a piece to it.
And you could always use those stupid mechanical fucking valves with the Allen wrench that you
the piercing valves,
line piercing valves. But those things always leak. I never like to use them.
That's the last thing you want to use with fucking propane.
And you can't smell the propane. It's unodorized.
You want to leak is there. Somebody turns the stove on and shit.
Yeah. Unodorized propane, dude. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Wait until that compressor grounds out. That's what I want to know.
Oh,
wait for a terminal vent, right? And everybody's like, well, but it's not, there needs to be oxygen. That's what I always hear. Okay. It's not going to be explosion in the compressor. When it vents the terminal, there's going to be sparks from the starting components and that shit's going to ignite. It's just going to be a blowtorch coming out the side of the box.
Right. Right. Yeah. Even if they say it's not going to be catastrophic, it's still, I mean, it's still not a good situation that's going to occur there.
Yeah. I just had one the other day. It was not an R290. It was a 404. And the service call was, there was a flame coming out the box. And I thought they were bullshitting me. And I get there and no, it was a terminal vent and it blew the hot oil right over the starting components that had a loose connection. And the whole back of the box had been singed from a flame. And I just was looking at it going, if that was R290, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, it would have been a lot worse.
But I don't know. I'm just some silly mechanic. Everybody else, you know, all the manufacturers, they say that won't happen. Nothing like that.
I say that all the time. I'm just a lonely repairman.
Yeah.
So most of the stuff you're doing with propane, it's newer stuff, obviously, or is some of it older?
No, it's all new. Propane has only been mainstream for about 2.5 years. Some of the manufacturers might have jumped on it about 3.5 years ago, but it's become mainstream now. So like the main refrigerator that I work on is a Delfield. They're like the most popular across the board right now with all the chain restaurants. And Delfield's pretty much going everything propane. And so is True Manufacturing. Pretty much all of them are all going to propane now. So
only on commercial products, right?
Well, no, domestic has been hydrocarbon refrigerants even longer. Domestic they don't use propane though. They use isobutane, and there's another one too. They use more for some reason. I don't know why the domestic does that, but.
What are you talking about, Jeff? What's it called? The 1, 2, 3, 4 crap.
That's the stuff in the cars. The YZ 134.
YF.
Yeah. I'm thinking of a Yamaha YZ.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Talking about motorcycles.
Yeah, and that's
the
another
shit
thing.
inside my dad's new Tahoe. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 YF.
And that stuff's has a lot of hydrocarbons in it, and it's actually been in the cars for quite a long time. I think in like 05, 06, they started using that 1, 2, 3, 4 stuff or whatever.
They started. It was in what was it? I've seen it on a VW, and I've seen it on an Audi. On older VW and older Audi.
European makes sense because Europe's way ahead of us on all that refrigerant bullshit.
Yeah.
I get comments from a lot of people saying they can't even buy R22 outside of the United States right now.
Well, yeah, wasn't their cutoff date was like, wasn't it like 2006 or something? It was a long time ago now.
Well, and it's, you know, all this EPA bullshit. Yeah, we were supposed to be on that game a long time ago too, but we basically raised a fuss and, you know, administrations and stuff slowed it all down. But we were originally supposed to be on that same phase out as everybody else. You know, I believe, I could be wrong, but I thought I've heard that even in Europe they've increased the charge of R290. They're starting to use it in much bigger stuff, I believe. Because for us, we can't. The charge limitation is 150 grams, which is basically means that a refrigerator can't have more than 5.25 ounces of R290 in it. That's our charge limitation. But I believe in other countries they're increasing it quite a bit.
You need an EPA to buy?
Negative. Nope.
No? Not for
Nope.
propane.
Nope. It's you don't need it. You can buy it. You can work on it. There's no restrictions, no anything.
Jeez, that's stupid.
Jeff, I'm pretty sure Jeff in the comments was saying that he's just going to charge it with Blue Rhino. I know he's just joking, but yeah, you can't do that. But I know you're joking, Jeff. But the Blue Rhino stuff has that odorant added to it, and that's a contaminant in the refrigerant cycle. So that's why the R290 that we use in the refrigerators is unodorized, because it's like 98% pure. And
so you're telling me the adapter that I just made won't work?
Oh yeah, go for it, man. Let's see how it works. Let's see what it does. Fill your car with it. Fill your car with it. Let's see what happens.
I got a shit pickup we can put it in, so sure.
Actually, I be honest with you, that's always been a joke here in Southern California. If you needed your automotive air conditioner, you would take it down to Mexico and they just fill it with propane. And actually, there's a lot of cars that drove around like that. They were using it as a refrigerant in the cars, and I mean, it's a thing.
Joe Shearer put on here something about some people filled their R22 units with pounds of propane they bought off eBay. But then he says, no, I think they called it R22A.
Yeah, no, that was a thing. That was a thing.
Yep.
The EPA had to come out and like there was a bunch of notifications that went out because there was a company that was selling that stuff. And the funny thing is that company has rebranded itself and it's just selling it as propane now for refrigerators.
That's crazy, man. It's always going to be something, and they're going to come out with something, because we all knew when they came out with 410 that, you know, 410 wasn't going to be the end all be all, that a blend wasn't going to be like, you know, God's savior to refrigerant.
The thing that trips me out though was 410A from the beginning. They knew it was bad, and they knew that it was ozone, carbon bullshit, whatever they call that shit that hurts the environment. It was already, I mean, and they already knew it was just going to be a temporary fix, but yet the entire industry jumped on the bandwagon and changed all their manufacturing to 410A, which just kind of seemed to ass backwards because they knew it wasn't going to last.
Yeah, I agree.
Now we're going to be stuck. We're going to be stuck in another situation where we have to go through another phase out and retrofit and all kind of BS. So it's just going to cause more chaos than there already is and make life harder.
Yep. That's the truth.
Sad part for younger guys in this trade, man, there's going to be a lot more shit you're going to go through. There's going to keep being more and more and more. There's always going to be something bigger, better, different, cheaper that they're going to try to, you know, come up with. I just feel like chemically there's only going to be so many things they can mix and match. But granted, technology is getting better and better.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not looking forward to it.
And Total Tech in the chat is just saying you've got to embrace the phase outs, embrace them, and ultimately it means more work for the industry. And that's true. I mean, yeah, it is a moneymaker for us. You know, it sucks. You know, we can vent in these chats and stuff like that. But I mean, in all reality, we all know that just make money, man. Just do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's given us longevity. That's for sure.
Yeah, rookie refrigeration putty said, fractionation is a myth. Changed my mind.
What is it? Who started those fucking things on Facebook?
No, that's a
my
Steven
mind
Crowder thing. It's actually a thing that he does. He goes around and does change my mind segment. And it's
Okay.
in the group guild.
He does
said
like
something about Joe Flacco.
let's hold on. Yeah. I follow the guy on YouTube. Let me see one of his videos.
That's funny because I started to notice that the person in the pictures looks the same. So it's the same.
Yeah, it's the change. It's the same guy. Let's see. He's done. Hate speech isn't real. Change my mind. I'm pro gun. Change my mind. Socialism is evil. Change my mind. Trump is a fascist. Change my mind. There are only two genders. Change my mind.
Yeah, that reminds me of there was a meme. I don't have it anymore, but it was of two people standing on a corner, and one person's holding a sign, and it says "Gun sellers are accomplices of crimes," and then there's another person standing next to that person holding a spoon, saying "Spoons made me fat." I always love that one. Fucking dumbasses. It was perfect too because it was a real picture next to an asshole standing on a corner saying "Gun sellers are accomplices of crimes." It's like, fuck off.
That's hilarious.
Spoons it's like, made me fat. The pencil made me misspell that word.
Yeah.
I mean, get real. My gas pedal in my car made me get that speeding ticket. It's
right.
There's no way in any way, shape, or form that you're going to be able to meet someone and know exactly what they're going to do 3 or 4 or 5 months, years down the line. There's no way to tell.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go get another beer. I'll be back.
Especially if they've never, shown any signs of bad behavior or whatever. So I mean, your background check could show, look, clean record and everything else, but realistically, you don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know if they're just gonna snap out in a month or so. There's no way to tell.
Yeah, Joe Shear ban the spoons.
Yeah, exactly. High capacity assault spoons.
Yeah, well, it's just, I don't know, man. Like I talked about before, just getting into the whole world where it's, the days of being offended and stuff like that. It's just the whole thing is just getting fucking out of hand. I mean, like there's that one comedian is like, it's okay to be offended. It's not like you're going to offend it and you're going to wake up with leprosy. I mean, it's, what offends me might not offend you. What offends you might not offend me. It's just, I don't know.
I did a really funny thing with this girl that I was like dating. So fucking actually, Gil, you're welcome. Okay. So my 1022 is in my room, right? And mine's it's right here. I'll grab it. So my dad's is wood and mine's black, right? But it's the same gun. So I grabbed my dad's gun and brought it and put the little magazine in, and I grabbed mine and put the 25 round mag in. I was like, so what? Like, which one do you like better? And she's like, well, this one's less scary, and points at my dad's wood one. I'm like, what if I told you that they're the exact same gun? And she didn't believe me at all. I had to take the stock off and put the stock and the plastic one on him and be like, yeah, see, same exact fucking gun. There's nothing different.
Yeah, well, people are just uneducated. That's all it is.
That's what it is. But, hey, it's been fun chatting with you fellers. I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to go get some drinks with my buddy. So thanks for having me, Gil.
Nah, you're welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming on, man.
Ethan, Cannon, Isaiah, good to see you guys. And
see you, man.
Oh, here. And I'll see you later as well, Chris. I'll check your videos out.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you guys keep chatting, man.
See, it's just big, black, and scary, because it's got a scope and a sling on it. So
nice.
But my dad's wooden one that has the same sling and different scope. It's not scary.
You know how to shoot that thing?
Oh, yeah. A little bit. I kind of just hold it with one arm like this and just kind of shoot.
Oh, yeah. Like the movies until you break your fucking arm.
Well, hey, Gil, we all know this arm is pretty damn strong.
Yeah, we do. He's got those thick forearm muscles.
You need to switch hit there, buddy.
Yeah. You got to sit on your hand till it goes to sleep and then give yourself a stranger.
Oh my! So when I was in high school,
Oh
I
God.
did,
Is this a
fucking-
band cap story?
Yeah.
Does this involve a flute?
So I did fucking like in my high school, it was either so we didn't have a shop class. It was either you mess around with a CNC machine or you do theater and build sets. So I was like, no girls in the CNC place, lots of girls in theater, so I'll do theater. And I just built sets 24/7. And fucking this one kid comes in and his hand's completely broken. Fuck you, Gil.
What? Sorry, I was coughing.
But his hand's completely broken, and my fat theater teacher, Mr. Goddard, who actually told me about HVAC, by the way, so it's the reason I'm here.
Asshole.
So he's looking at him like, "Oh, you broke your hand? You've been doing something too much?" And he's like, "I'm right-handed." He's like, "Not if you're doing Stranger." And we're like, "Fuck no, Goddard."
That's funny. That old man wasn't getting any action either.
He's actually like your age, Gil.
Oh, he's a young man then.
How old are you, Gil?
I'm the same age you. I'm 35, man.
Okay. Fuck, dude. Is that old, Cannon? Shit.
No, I was saying he was a
Okay.
young teacher.
Gotcha.
Oh, I thought you meant he was an older guy.
No,
Oh,
he was young.
Yeah. Rookie Refrigeration says he was hitting on you.
yeah. He was gonna tell you he was gonna show you how to do it. Like, yeah, just come back to the office and I'll show you how to do the Stranger. Fucking like wraps your head up so you can't see it. And then you
I
wake
showed
up and
his daughter some things though, who was my age.
oh yeah. Did you show her how to Tinder?
Did I? Netflix and chill, Gil. Netflix.
Netflix and chill.
You think about Gil when like we were in high school. I don't even think I would believe you if you said there would be something like Tinder.
No, I wouldn't either. That was like a dream. You mean I can go online?
If if I went back in time and told you guys that there would be smartphones in the future, you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah, I would.
I'd be like, look at that computer right there. You can have that in your pocket one day and it will be faster. And you're going to be like, nah, that shit's fast.
Yeah.
I remember when the Nextels came out, they were like, when you got the Nextel with the color screen, you were hot shit, man. You're like, boop, boop. Yo, what's up, man?
And my dad was telling me that when, I wasn't working for him at the time. When the Nextels first came out, they were just a radio. They weren't even a phone yet. When they first came out, they were these giant walkie-talkie looking things. And they were, I think he said it was almost $1,500 a phone. When he bought them for 4 people, he had to take out a loan to get 4 fucking phones, basically. And then I remember, when the phones first came out and they kept getting smaller and smaller. And then we had these tiny ass little phones that basically just had a calculator on them. And then all of a sudden they turned into these giant things when the iPhone came out.
It's crazy when you hear how they say like the iPhone that we hold, there's more technology in this than there is in the first space shuttle.
Right? I heard some thing about like some government computer that basically ran some weird shit. And it was like, oh yeah, that, these phones have more power than that, or yeah, crazy.
Gil, did you ever have a car phone? I bet you had a car phone.
No one had a goddamn car phone.
No. I had those stupid, before Bluetooth was popular, I had this gay thing that you'd plug into the cigarette lighter and you plugged your phone into it and it made it like a giant speakerphone. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, but it didn't work worth shit.
Dude, I remember my senior year, it was a 2000 Isuzu Rodeo, and I had fucking like the rims on it. I had little TV that flipped out. I rode around like I was fucking hot shit, man. Fucking riding down the street like,
yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Gil, I think if I told you what my car senior year was, you wouldn't believe me.
You're probably right.
79 Caprice Classic.
What?
I drove a piece of shit. 88 S10 was mine, dude. All through high school.
Yep.
I had a 1979 Caprice Classic that was my great-grandma's car. 2-door Landau with a sunroof. All original interior that was red.
Nice.
And you can't pick up too many girls in a car with a red interior. The outside looks so good, and the windows were tinted, so you couldn't really see inside. Then they get inside like, this isn't what I thought it would be, and it's like, God damn it.
Yeah,
But the seat, I did rig it so that if you put enough weight on it, it fell straight down.
my my mom bought one of those it was a Suzuki Sidekick. It was like same as like the Geo Tracker, the little like gay Jeeps.
Yep.
Well, I got my license on my 16th birthday, and she's like, "Well, you can drive this." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't want to drive that." She's like, "Well, if you want to drive, you'll drive that." I was like, "Fuck it, I don't care." So I drove that little gay fuck for a little bit. Then she finally let me trade that in, which I feel bad now because my mom loved that little thing. But it is what it is. I had a 97 Mitsubishi Eclipse. That thing was pretty slick.
I've always been a truck person. I've always had trucks ever since I was in high school.
Yeah, well, that's what I was after this when I got the Isuzu. I had the rodeo, sold that, had an Avalanche, a Tahoe, and then I went back and I had a Jaguar for a little bit, but that was a dumb move.
But we're not talking about that. That was your
yeah.
I went from the Caprice. I went from a Tahoe to the 2005 Tahoe to a Caprice, to 2007 Silverado to a 1996 Grand Cherokee with a 4-inch lift.
I'm thinking about buying my wife a new Explorer, man. But for what they cost, I can buy the goddamn Tahoe.
Hey, so we had
Tahoe rides better.
We just got rid of our Flex. We loved our Ford Flex. My wife drove that. But I'm not a fan of the Fords anymore because in my Flex, the water pump failed and the water pump's internal. So when the seal failed on the water pump, it flooded the whole crankcase.
What the fuck?
And every one of the Fords, the Explorer, the Fusion, the Focus, anything that has that 3.5 liter V6 has the same engine, even to this day. Fuck Ford, dude. My car was only 7 years old and it was going to be like $7,000. And I was like, yeah, we just got rid of it. And we got a Honda Pilot, but I love the car, but dude, it flooded the whole crankcase. And they were like, we could try to dry it out, but who knows what the fuck happened in there, dude? You know?
Yeah, no, that sucks, man. Cause we just looked at, it was, 2000, whatever the latest, Explorer is. It's the one that has like the sport package with like the one that has like the cop car engine in it.
Yeah.
The one that they use, but it still has like the luxury stuff. And it was like a smoke color with like black leather interior with a red piping. And that shit was slick, but sticker price was like, it's like 46 grand. They were willing to give like 10 grand off in rebates. And then I went over to look at Tahoes and I'm like, well, fuck, I can buy a Tahoe for damn near what I'm going to spend on this. We just need more room. I need that third row because now having 4 kids, my wife had she has a Ford Edge that she loves. It's a nice car, but we can't all fit in the goddamn thing. So I need something bigger. And I refuse to be a fucking minivan dad.
We're the opposite because I wanted a minivan and my wife was like, fuck no.
Yeah, my dad owned a minivan for a whole one day and then brought it right. He went to work in the minivan. Someone made a comment. Then he drove it right to the dealership and got a Suburban.
Yeah, I can't do it. My wife's just like, well, I'm the one that has to drive it. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm the one that fucking pays for it. So sorry. I can't do it. And some of them are nice. Don't get me wrong. We looked at some with her and they are nice. It would fit our needs. I mean, like the ones that have like captain chairs and TVs and shit. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it.
They're comfy, but they're ugly.
We ended up doing we were in the same boat and we didn't want the Tahoe because we didn't want the gas mileage. Like we were trying to go a little bit smaller, but so we ended up going with the Pilot and it still holds as many as the Tahoe. I mean, I can't sit in the third row, but my kids can sit back there fine. The mid row, I can sit in that, no problem. But the Pilots are fucking expensive, dude.
I can sit in the rear of the Tahoe, but I gotta go like this kind of and be like this kind of angle.
You know what, dude? No joke.
I gotta be like that to sit in the back.
In our Ford Flex, that was the best car we ever owned until the fucker broke. You could sit in the back, Cannon. Like that, the Ford Flex had so much room in it, dude. It was so badass.
I know somebody has one. Those Flex did have room because we thought about one of those. The Explorer we saw though is roomy. Like my oldest son, I mean, he's almost as tall as I am, and he was sitting back there with plenty of room. But to your point about the new Tahoes, man, if you get those ones, the higher end packages, fuel economy is actually not that bad because you have it where you can be driving and you're actually only using like 4 cylinders,
Yeah,
you know, rather than
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
how
You're
ours
right.
is.
yeah, because
So-
my buddy's is good, man. He said his gas mileage is fine. That's the only reason I didn't look at it at first, but he said that his is good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like what? It's like 18 or something in the new Tahoe my dad has. But like, I drove that thing. Somehow my dad let me drive it to my grandma's house. Who's near Salina. From here, that's about 3 hours. Dude, that thing, like, I used less than half a tank to get from here to Salina. A 3 hour drive that's like 200 something miles. Like, how do you do that? How do you do less than half a tank?
And when
in an
I know,
SUV?
yeah, and I know what you're talking about. 'Cause my Chevy truck has that where it like shuts off the cylinders or whatever. And when you get on the highways, yeah, it'll drop down to a 4-cylinder when you're just cruising down the highway as long as you're not on the pedal. Yeah, and it's a trip, dude. You look down, and it's like, fuck, it's only running on 4 cylinders right now. Yeah,
or
that
you
is
get
true.
or like a red light, the engine stops. Like my buddy's well, he ain't got no kids, so his Mercedes does that. But I know some of the other like normal brands like Chevy and Ford, some of the high end stuff where
That's actually kind of annoying.
Yeah, I was gonna say my Honda Pilot has that, and it fucking drives me nuts because you can't permanently turn it off. So basically every time you get in the car, you have to push a button, and it's just a momentary switch. So when you turn the car off and turn it back on, it does the auto stop. And it's not that it's bad, it's just annoying as fuck. At least on the Honda, because it's not maybe in the nicer fancy cars it might be smoother, but when you sit in the car, like you feel the car jolt when it restarts, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've just heard about it.
Is it
Anytime I go next to one of those cars and they stop, I'm like, did that car just die? Are they going to need? Oh no.
Yeah, I've also heard with the Tahoes or like if you use the flex fuel, some of like the ethanol gas or whatever, that you even get better gas mileage.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any of those gas stations around here for a while. There was only like one in like Columbia, Maryland. Now there's more of them. So I don't know, but I want to make, if I'm going to spend $50,000 on a truck or 45, I want to make sure it's something that I want and I'm not like second guessing it.
Look, do what I did. Buy a $600 Jeep with a 4-inch lift, put a new motor in it, and then you're good.
Yeah, man. Get some fucking cowboy boots and fucking tight pants.
Hey, you know what?
On my boots?
I didn't even have boots, but
two things. Number one, I just bought my first pair of boots today. Like a
Did you
homo.
really?
Yes, I did. And then yes, I did.
Right here, Gil.
I would rock them, dude. I was just fucking with him.
They're not pointy toe cowboy boots though. They're square toe in the front. Okay, so they are
I
man
got both.
boots. All right. But the other thing I was gonna say, you had mentioned your Suzuki Sidekick, Gil. Dude, if I could have a Suzuki Sidekick, some dudes turn those things into badass rock crawlers now. You get the 4x4 ones that take everything off, and they look like a rhino, dude. But they're street legal and they're badass.
Dude, we got a guy in my club who has one, and it's fucking, dude, it outwheels like fucking.
Well, they can fit anywhere. They're so tiny.
Dude,
well, that's how it was here.
There's this guy in my club who's blew the motor in his Wrangler, and he put a V8 inside of it. It's got 37-inch tires, a custom-made lift. Like his flex going through there is insane, and he got outwheeled by this little fucking one of those, and it was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, before my mom traded that in and let me get the Eclipse, by the house that my childhood home I grew up in, there was like this little park, and we were driving through these trails because it was so small I could fit, and it was 4-wheel drive, so I wasn't getting stuck, and I was pulling people like behind me, like on sleds and shit. We had a fucking blast until I hit the brakes, and you heard one of my friends like fucking, well, it was my buddy who was the quarterback of the football team, and then my other buddy, and they hit. It was so funny. Everybody got out to my friend Mike, the quarterback, and was like, dude, are you all right? Like, are you good? And my buddy Big John, who's like fucking 6'8", he's like, well, fuck you too, man. He's like, nobody cares if I'm all right. We're like, sorry, dude. We had to make sure the quarterback was good before you.
Sometimes I see the people, at least I don't know about you guys, but out here, people go nuts with those the rhinos and the whatever every brand that makes them, and the freaking prices of them, dude. I mean, I swear, like I was joking with my wife because we were looking at them a couple years back, and I said I could buy a Jeep and have it street legal versus the amount that I pay for a rhino, and you could hook up a Jeep and lift it and everything for sometimes cheaper than what you can for those rhinos.
Oh shit, a new Jeep, like the 2007 to 2018 Jeep Wranglers, dude, you can put a 2-inch lift on those in Fit 35. So, well, fuck it, might as well go buy a 2007 with high miles and put a lift on it and just have fun.
That's what I would do if I had the money, for sure. I've always wanted to have a nice Jeep that I could take out.
Yeah, I'm going out tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
No,
Unfortunately, the cost of living out here is so much, so we got to save our pennies to make rent and mortgages and all that crap.
Yeah, I got some family out there. I've been out there. It's crazy. I used to have a truck that was, that mine, and I wanted to buy myself another truck. Like I wanted like a Ford like F-250 or something like that, but I work so much. I just don't feel like spending that kind of money to make a payment on something that I'm never gonna drive. I mean, for it just to sit there. So I don't know. Maybe down the road.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like I used to have quads, and they just sat there. And like essentially, I'm not I would take them in, and basically every year when I would take them out 2 or 3 times a year, and I'd have to have the carbs cleaned every single time because they were pain in the ass. I tried doing it one time, and I ended up taking it to the shop because I was like, I'm not that smart. But
Which quad did you have?
Uncle 5 YFC 450s.
Oh shit! Yeah, those are a fucking pain in the ass.
And to get the carb off, it was just fucking nuts, dude.
Oh yeah, you got to take off like
gas
all
tank
the
out and
plastic,
everything.
all that.
Yeah, it was a nut. And so I would take them in, and it ended up costing me like $350 a bike. And then I'd take them out, and then of course, because I had 2, so none of my friends had them, so they would take them out with me, and then they would usually wreck something would break, and it was just like it got so old that they just cost me more money than anything. So
I'm looking to get a bigger truck and a trailer just so I can haul my Jeep places. So if I break it, I'm fucking good.
Yeah, I want to get more 4-wheelers. The last one I had one. What the fuck did I have? Suzuki LTZ 450, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it was pretty sweet, but I think if I get more ones, I'm not gonna get the street ride. I'm just gonna get regular, like, I don't know what they are, just like the 4x4 ones.
Last time I had a 4-wheeler was when I was like 18 and I just got my pickup, and I bought it from a guy for like, I think it was like $300, and my buddy's like, yeah, we could fix it up. And I bought it when I was at college, and I was coming back home in the bed of my pickup, and I was like, my dad can't say no if it's in the bed of the pickup when I get past the turnpike, right? So I fucking call him like, hey, you like those Honda ATVs from the 80s, right? He's like, oh, I love those. Super dangerous, and I would never buy one now. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, so I just bought one. He made me like sell it the next day.
Yep.
I put a new carburetor on it first so it ran, and then sold it, and I made like I think I sold it for $500, and I bought it for like 250, I think. So I made profit on it at least.
Well, that's nice. What you doing, Isaiah? You're being quiet, buddy. You just hanging?
I'm just listening. Hey,
Oh,
Gil, when I was reading, about the new vans that just came out recently, like the NV, the NV and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
That when I was reading, they're actually, some of the competitors are trying to, get these vans as much office friendly as they can. And plus, you have back support now. Thank God. Remember, most of these old ones will have your freaking back killing you at the end of the day, being hunched over in the back of those vans.
Yeah, it sucked, man. I like my Transit. I don't know if my 250 is. I don't know if it's considered the medium roof or the high roof. I mean, I'm like almost 6'2", and I mean, I can stand up in it. I mean, my head's kind of cocked a little bit, but
that would be the medium roof. Is it the same one Kelly got?
Yep.
I think it is. I think it is pretty close.
Kelly's is a medium roof, so, and I can stand up in it sideways like you can.
Well, yeah, it's a medium. I didn't think mine was the high roof, because the high roof, I know
the
it
high
like
roofs
sticks.
are super tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I passed by the Ford dealership, Gil, remember those Shelby Cobra Mustangs they had back in the day? Well, the Ford dealership right in my house is actually selling a Shelby Cobra truck, off-road Ford F-150. They're selling.
Oh man,
that son of a bitch is badass, dude. I looked at it; it's just nice.
I bet. AK, I don't think yours isn't the medium roof, is it, bro? I'm pretty sure yours is just like the standard one. Because yours is just like I guess it's like the newer one of the old Econolines, isn't it? But it's just like the transit style body with the normal back. Because I think I don't know if there's 4 of them. Because I think there is one higher than mine.
Yes, there's definitely one higher than yours. We have them. The plumbers have them. So
Yeah, because AK said he thinks that he has the medium roof, but I know his is like one of the shorter ones. Even though I like his shelving set up the way they did that. Ours isn't bad. Mine have it where they have these little bolts where you can slide it. It didn't work after the shelves were already full of shit, but I need to make a video of my van. A bunch of guys have asked me.
Yeah, see, I'm at the point where I want to take out one of the shelves so I can store all my filters right there and just rearrange some stuff.
I was gonna say that's one of the things, Gil, that trips me out when again, I don't know. I just have a hard time with some of the videos that people request, and I do them, but I don't understand the van one. Like everybody wants to see the van, and it just doesn't seem like anything special to me. But
I just want to see your layout is pretty much it, and see how like where you're storing stuff. And
yeah,
like,
I guess I get that. It just seems kind of funny, like, but I don't know.
And also like the tool stuff, I get that too. Like when people want to see your tool bag and stuff, just knowing what tools you carry each time.
Yeah, I felt kind of silly when I made a tool review, like tool bag video. It just felt kind of silly to me. But I mean, everybody was asking for it, so obviously everybody wanted to see it. So, you know, I did it, but it just felt kind of weird.
As long as people want to watch it, you gotta keep making them. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Isaiah. Hey, how do you think your giveaway went the other night? I thought it went pretty good.
Yeah, I think it went great.
Yeah.
I'm a little more impressed than I thought I'd be.
Yeah. Did you like the turnout of people and stuff? There was quite a few people in there.
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was good.
I think you did a good job.
Yeah,
yes, ma'am.
I'm glad we finally got it done. The first night he wanted to do it, man, me weren't on the same page. Like I thought I was just gonna hop in with him. But he needed me to like, you know, set it up and do it. And I didn't get home till late, and I was like, oh shit, man. And we tried to do it and couldn't. And then we finally figured it out. So I'm glad we got it done. But fuck, man, if you guys want to talk amongst yourself, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette real fast.
No, don't smoke a cigarette. What'd I tell you, Gil?
Yeah, I'm a grown ass man. So like I said, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette.
Cigarettes are bad for you.
They are bad for you.
Yeah, you know, cigarettes are known to the state of California to cause cancer, just in case you wanted to know.
Yeah, so is broccoli and fucking chicken. I'll be right back. I don't know how long you guys want to hang out, man, but I ain't got shit to do. I mean, I'm going to the Ravens game tomorrow, but I'm taking my son, so there's no drinking. I don't drink when I take him.
Oh, wait, I thought your son wasn't drinking. I thought just your son wasn't drinking and you're going all out.
Oh, no, he's drinking. I'm not. I'm going to be his designated driver, so that's why I'm not drinking. Makes sense.
Just, hey, do what my dad did when he was when I turned 16. He made me start driving so that he could drink at the...
dude, I remember...
There was times where my dad took clients to, like, a concert or a baseball game or something, and I would drive them all there and then come back and pick them up. Like, I couldn't go, but I would just pick all the drunk asses up, and I was like, God damn it, why do I got to do this?
You want to know how fucked up my parents were? I love them to death, but they had me as their designated driver on New Year's Eve when I had my driver's permit. So that seems fucking safe, right? Yeah, I'm driving their drunk asses around when they're supposed to be helping me in the middle of the night. I don't think that was legal.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Rookie Refrigeration in the chat says that the Yellow Jacket tools have cancer stickers on them. So those cancer stickers, it's kind of funny. They're putting them on everything, right? So the supply house, like if I go buy 10 couplings, they're supposed to put it on every single coupling. They're supposed to put a cancer sticker on every goddamn thing to cover their asses. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, it's stupid. It's coming across everywhere. It's not just here in California, but it's just these stupid cancer.
More prevalent in California, though.
Yeah, for sure, dude. All the lawyers are freaking out. All the supply houses.
No, ma'am.
Making them do that crap, dude. I was talking to the supply house manager, and you know, there's a bunch of lawsuits for stupid stuff out here in California. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm gonna file a lawsuit over like the mental anguish of these stupid stickers. That would be ironic. Oh yeah, AK. That's only California. Just wait, buddy. We bring everything to you guys. It'll come your way. It starts with us. It goes to New York, and then it spreads across the U.S.
Oh. Yeah, I'd like to be able to keep my guns and not have to top feed all of them and do all that shit that you guys have in California.
Yeah.
To break open an AR just to put bullets inside of it now.
Yeah, it's getting pretty weird out here. There was a group, I'm not going to say which one, on Facebook that was doing raffles. Or they didn't call it a raffle, but it was a group, and I had won a handgun in that group. And I went to the gun store here to go ahead and transfer it over, and it was not an approved gun. And it was what was it? It was a I don't remember what it was.
Semi-automatic.
No. It was a little small handgun, dude. It was a little small semi-automatic handgun. But those are fine. But it was just the color. It was green or something like that, and the exact same gun in black was approved. It's just stupid bullshit, dude.
So can you tell the guy to go out back and spray it with some spray paint, and then it's good?
It was a whole. It ended up working out that he couldn't send me the gun, and I just got this bitchin' knife from him instead. But yeah, it all worked out fine.
How bitchin' is the knife?
It's pretty freaking bitchin', dude. Actually, I got it right here. Hold on. It's
you kind of looked over there, so I thought you were saying like I thought it was going to be right there.
No, it's a nice little. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to think who makes this. It's like a freaking $500 knife, dude. But of course, this is illegal in California because it has a button on it that opens it. So
isn't this illegal in California too?
Nope, that's legal. That one. Wait, that one. Wait, did that flip up from the side?
It's a like flick on the back.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. It's an assist. I carry one of those. That's fine. But I can go buy those at Lowe's. But this one right here is a button, so that's what makes it against the law.
Is this illegal in California?
Yeah, pretty much.
So what's up, man?
Illegal too, right?
This is a weapon in California right here. This fucking Milwaukee screwdriver because
these
it's
are all
red
illegal?
and it has a black tip on it. That's what makes it illegal. The black tip.
Yep.
Drinking straws and what else is illegal?
Oh yeah, that's the new thing. My wife's a server at a restaurant, and they're not giving out straws anymore.
Excuse me.
My dad used to call them sissy sticks back in the day, so I always felt like I couldn't do one, or my dad would make fun of me.
Yeah, that's kind of funny because I don't know if my dad ever did that to me, but I have a problem with straws. Like I usually don't drink from them, and I feel like drinking from the cup is better. But I don't even know where it came from. I don't know where it came from. It just.
So what's up, man? You got legal weed out there, man? You out there chiefing it up or no? Edibles, something?
Nah, not me.
Yeah.
Look how relaxed he is right now. He's leaning back. We all know he's high.
You know what? I got no problem. I really don't. I don't give a shit about pot or anything like that. I can't do it because my mom was a drug addict, but anyways, that's the whole thing. But I just can't do it. But yeah, you can get it anywhere, dude. You don't even have to have a medical card anymore. You can just walk up to the pot store now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Everybody knows my issues in the past, man. I was an ex-addict. Me and my wife both had our issues. If they legalized it here, I might smoke. I wouldn't be like a pothead. I mean, maybe like if I could toke before bed or something just to relax. But other than that, I don't. The only thing I even do every so often is drink, and I only drink around people that are close to me. Otherwise, I won't drink. I don't open up that bag of worms just because I've gotten to the point where I like to be in control of a situation, control of myself, and if I let myself go, I have to know that I'm around somebody that I can trust, like my brother or a really good friend. Otherwise, I won't. There's plenty of times I've went to functions, people are drinking, and I'll be drinking like fucking soda or something because I just won't do it.
Yeah.
Like how you were getting drunk on that one podcast with Kelly?
Yeah, I was by myself. 4 beers ain't getting me drunk. Actually, I was like 7 beers, but they were fucking delicious.
How do you guys feel about that with like legalizing marijuana and like driving vehicles and everything? being company
if
owners.
none of my guys can drive with pot. It's not even that I don't care. It's for insurance reasons.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They can't. I mean, like, be honest with you, out of sight, out of mind. But if they had it at work, yeah, that'd be a problem. But I mean,
or like if they had it in their system and they got in an accident or whatever, because like
if they have it in their system and they get into an accident, I have to fire them legally.
Yeah, that's
but
what
you want to know. You want to know the interesting thing is that it's a gray area too, because we have so many discrimination lawsuits here that you can't discriminate someone for a medical disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And some lawyers can classify drug addiction and alcoholism as a medical disorder. So that's a real fucking fine line. Like, basically, you just don't want to fire someone for that.
Yeah, well, here we can't fire them if they fail a drug test. They just can't drive a vehicle, which ultimately leads to termination because then they can't work.
Yeah. It's just basically you need to find a reason other than, that. And I've never had to do it, so I'm lucky, so it's all good. But it's just one of those things you hope it doesn't happen. But yeah, it's weird though, because it's legal. So it's like, what do you do? But at the same time, I can't have them driving a 10,000 pound vehicle barreling down the road high as fuck and kill some kid, So
yeah, but one thing, most time you don't see people fucking stoned getting in accidents though, because
That's
it's
true.
It's, back in the day, man, when I did get high, when a cop pulls you over, it's funny how that fucking weed just hops right the fuck out of you. Fucking adrenaline takes over, and it's like, whoop, you're not even high anymore. But if you're drunk, and I mean you're just drunk, adrenaline ain't doing shit. You might be like, oh god, the cops are there, and I'm not condoning it because I mean I get it, but yeah, I just feel like people smoking weed are not going to be, if anything, they're going to be driving too slow.
I hear you. Yeah,
but,
I mean, and those are valid points, dude. And I'll be honest with you, I think our biggest problem out here is meth right now. So, and I'm sure that's the same across the U.S. right now, but meth is the thing right now. It's fucking.
Yeah, Baltimore's heroin, dude. I can ride. Next time I ride through, I'll show you. You see them, they do that fucking lean, and it's you watch them, and they're almost like completely bent over, but they never fall. They always catch themselves.
Yeah, just walk the wire.
Heroin is huge in Baltimore, man.
Dude, I was driving to a supply house that's kind of in a shitty area, and it just blew me away that there's a homeless dude sitting like right out in the middle of the fucking open with a needle in his arm. Didn't even give a fuck, dude. And I mean, he was high as, but dude was just looking like he didn't care. Like, he wasn't stopping anything, dude. Right out in the middle of the open.
Oh, they don't give a shit, dude. I went to a Burger King in Baltimore City. I had a helper with me, and he was I've changed my diet, so I don't eat that shit anymore. But I took him there to get something, and I was like taking stuff out of my cooler to eat, and I look over in the car next to me. It's a guy and a girl, and they're over there fucking wrapping their arm up. I mean, and they see me that I'm looking. They don't give two fucks. They're just like, she shoots him up. He fucking passes out on the window, and then she loads up the same fucking needle, fucking wraps her arm and does it. And then at 10 minutes, they're fucking just both passed out on the, each head like resting on the fucking window of the car. And I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We had a plumber tell me that he's like, he had this guy he was clearly high, and all I could smell in his house was marijuana, and like he fixed the sump pump or whatever. And the guy's so happy. He's like, dude, you want to hit up my bong? And just like pulls it out of nowhere, just hits it right in front of him. He's like, no, I'm good. Sign here, please.
Oh, dude, that's normal. I mean, it's illegal, but it's normal to see dudes taking bong rips, driving down the road. Nobody cares. I mean, if a cop saws it, he would get, give him shit, but
Well, there you have to be like in your house or like on your property, right? Like you can't just be walking down the road.
It's still illegal to do it in your car. It's still, they consider it just like alcohol. You can't drink and drive. You can't smoke and drive. You can't. But I mean, yeah, you're allowed to grow so much. You're allowed to have so much. You just can't have a freaking 2 pounds of it in your pocket, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't even be like walking down the street smoking like a cigarette too. Like you got to be like in your house.
I'll be honest with you, dude. I don't know about that one because when they had a medical license, yeah, I don't know the rules about that driving down the road. I don't think you can, but I'd be kind of curious to know if they could really stop you. But yeah, I don't know.
Like if in certain situations it's legal here for like cancer patients, like one of the my ex-girlfriend that I was girl I was dating, girl ass fucking, sorry Gil, but like her mom has some type of cancer. I don't remember what it was, but like it's like some type of cancer where she should have been dead 10 years ago and she's still alive, and they're like, we don't know, so that like she just smokes weed sometimes for it.
Yeah, that stuff helps. It helps the freaking, especially the people that are going through chemo and different things too.
Yeah,
Well,
we had a
especially
weed
like
truck
her,
over
where it's
here,
like,
actually.
well, you were supposed to be dead 10 years ago, so let's just, we don't know what else to give you.
I mean, technically, I could get a card right now if I want because of my evil testicle. But I don't really worry about it.
What'd you say, Isaiah, a second ago?
We actually had the weed truck around here.
Oh, really?
What?
Drives around like an ice cream truck or what?
Yeah, parked in
Get
the
your
city.
dime bags. Get your dime bags.
Selling all kinds of candies, everything, dude.
Are you serious? What the
I'm
hell?
like, what the fuck, God?
That's pretty funny. Hey, you should get the weed. Hey, get the weed truck on video, dude. That'd be a good YouTube video.
That's hilarious.
They sell the edibles, the edibles from the.
It still has banana, but they don't sell weed.
It was funny the first time I saw it, and they had a convention down there, but they're making a killing in the city. I mean, just working in the city is all you smell, and people smoking a joint constantly.
Yeah.
That's all you smell.
Yeah, that is.
That's
Yep.
hilarious.
That is funny.
Gil, the girl I was telling you about, that was the same girl who they sent me to her house after she told them 3 times not to send me. It was the week we broke up. Like, we broke up on Monday and it was Friday, and I had to go to her house, and it was the last call of the day. And she was the only one there too. And it was like, God fucking damn it! They sent me this, and I told them, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have anybody else to send." I'm like, "You kidding me?" So I just went and was like, "Tori, I'll just take care of it and just get your signature later."
That's funny.
That sucked.
Oh fuck, man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna log out of this, guys. I gotta go put my kids to bed. It's only 9:30 here, so.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, Jesus Christ, midnight, man. They stay, but
no, this is late for my kids. They're in bed by 9 usually, so.
Yeah,
All
no,
right, guys.
Just let them stay up till midnight. They might love it.
Yeah,
we got like family brunch breakfast thing tomorrow. See, out in California, we do brunch, so we got like a fancy brunch.
Did you not listen earlier? I went on a brunch date.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
we gotta go.
Denied.
We gotta go take them to like some family thing in the morning, so we gotta get up early.
I hear you, man. I appreciate everybody coming. I'm probably gonna get ready to end this soon, man. I ain't gonna stand here too much longer. Fucking
But you're sitting down.
Yeah, I gotta get up.
Yeah.
I don't have to get up early, but
cool. All right, guys, I'm out. See ya.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. But see you, man. Thank you guys for coming on, man. I know some of you guys didn't. Ethan didn't get to talk because Cannon never fucking shuts up. But next time, Ethan, just talk, man. Just tell him to shut up, and you're fine.
Hey, I tried to bring Ethan into the conversation a few times, and he just still never wanted to talk.
Yeah, because he's a good kid, man. He's with one woman having a child. He doesn't talk about,
look,
what you talk about, multiple women and Tinder and shit like that. He's a good kid.
I tried. She cheated on me 3 times. Okay.
No, I'm on Grindr, not Tinder or Bumble.
Oh my God, you're on Grindr. Oh, he's the gay one.
Yeah. I don't even know these websites. I'm an old man.
Is gays.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll just like take a picture of my wiener and put it on there and see if I can.
So Grindr is actually Tinder is actually the straight Grindr because Grindr came out first and has the same like switch thing. I heard that on another podcast I listened to.
Hang out with somebody. It's like they're kindling wood. Or you get them like this.
Me and my buddy were working on his Jeep the other day. Oh my God, I was being a dumbass and I thought he said a bolt, but he said nut. And I was like, I just handed him a bolt and he's like, hold on, I got this. This bolt now identifies as a nut. Oh wait, no, it still doesn't work.
Codename Butterfly. That's funny. Hold on real fast. Everybody in the chat, man, thank you guys for coming out, man. I'm sorry I haven't done one of these hangouts in forever. I'm going to try to get on YouTube here more, try to have some more time. But I appreciate all you guys for coming out tonight, man. I know Ted had a giveaway, so sorry, Ted. I know he probably still had way more people than we had here. But thank you guys, man. Have a good night, and we'll talk at you guys later, man. See ya.
There you go.